Okay.
Good. Buenas tardes. I used to speak better Spanish, but I'm sorry, then I learned Romanian and French, and the Spanish is gone. So I can understand a lot, but I won't be able to hear you, so that doesn't do much.
Acaba de decir que él hablaba castellano, pero que después tuvo que aprender rumano y francés y se le fue el castellano, así que entiende más de lo que puede hablar.
Yeah, just hello and welcome. I'm from Brooklyn, speaking to you in Brooklyn, New York. I have some family, a cousin in Buenos Aires who I think is joining us today. So welcome.
Bueno.
We have family here.
Jake dijo que, bueno, bienvenidos, que él está en este momento en Brooklyn, en Nueva York, y que tiene una prima en Buenos Aires, en realidad antes me dijo que era como una tía, que seguramente se una a nosotros en un rato.
Yeah. Okay, so I see some people have instruments, some people don't. I wish I could hear you all play. But I'll kind of run this more or less as a lecture, and feel free to play. I'll leave you space to play and copy some of the things I do.
Okay, wait. Jake dice que está viendo que hay varios que tienen instrumentos con ustedes, que le gustaría poder escucharlos a todos, pero bueno, por esta dinámica, que igual se sientan libres de tocar el instrumento sobre lo que él va a ir mostrando.
Yeah. So you got an old recording that I sent. This was from a violinist named Jakob Gegna, who supposedly was actually a family friend of Jascha Heifetz, the great classical violinist, and he was from a Klezmer family.
Okay, dice que la grabación que nosotros mandamos es de un violinista, Jakob Gegna, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Gegna,
yeah. Que era familiar, he was a relative, you say?
He was a family friends of Jascha Heifetz's family.
Okay, que fue familiar de Jascha, I don't know the surname, que es un violinista de música clásica, que también tenía familia Klezmer.
Yeah, anyway, so the recording starts with what we call a doina.
La grabación empieza con lo que llamamos una doina.
Which is an old Romanian kind of comes from the tradition of shepherds' songs. A shepherd would be in the field playing a flute. It's very, very like an old Romanian folk song.
Entonces, dice esto, que la grabación empieza con un doina, que los doinas vienen de Rumania, de una tradición que viene de los pastores, que se saca de lo que se dice que los pastores tocando la flauta mientras salían justamente con las ovejas en toda la zona rural de Rumania, entonces es una tradición de ahí, y son melodías improvisadas y sin tiempo, es lo que veníamos viendo también.
Yeah, and at the time, you know, just a little history to sort of, but most of what is now Romania at the time, several hundred years ago, was part of the Ottoman Empire. So it was the Turkish Empire, and all of the cultural influence of Turkey came up there. So it's also, this form is related to Turkish improvisation.
Entonces que en la zona esta de Rumania de donde salen los doinas, hace 700 años, era parte del Imperio Otomano, y entonces los doinas tienen una influencia cultural muy grande de todo lo que era justamente la música turca y la improvisación turca.
Yeah, and Jews, of course, took a lot of this culture and incorporated a lot of the music into their tradition, and the klezmorim were professional musicians who played for all kinds of different gigs, Jewish and non-Jewish. So they had a lot of different musical influences that they brought into the Jewish tradition.
Entonces que en esa región los músicos judíos, que eran los klezmorim, justamente incorporaron muchísima de esta influencia, y eran músicos que tocaban tanto en ceremonias judías como no judías, eran como los músicos profesionales de la zona.
Yeah, so the doina was taken by Jews and played in a very Jewish style for different occasions, like very typical parts of the wedding. Like one example would be the kalabazets and kalabavenen, where the bride sits down and a veil's put over her head.
Entonces que los judíos interpretaban estas doinas con un estilo judío, y lo usaban durante los casamientos para distintos momentos. Uno de estos, por ejemplo, es el kalebasetzen, que es lo que justo vimos, que es el momento en el que la novia se sienta y se le pone un velo arriba, y es un momento emotivo de la ceremonia.
Yeah, so that's more or less it. And so there's this doina that's played as a kind of introduction in the recording. But something like this would have been played at a wedding for one of these ceremonies, potentially.
Entonces, lo que va a tocar ahora Jake es esta doina, que es el principio de esta grabación, que seguramente sonaba algo así durante la ceremonia.
And then the second melody, I don't know a lot about it. There's not a lot of information. But it sounds to me like a kind of piece that would be performed as a kind of special occasion during a wedding, or maybe even at a concert.
Entonces dice que el tune, el tema que viene después de la doina dentro de la grabación, no tiene mucha información acerca de ese tema particularmente, pero que seguramente se haya usado en algún momento especial de la ceremonia o incluso durante un concierto.
Yeah, so a lot of this music, I guess the main point I'm trying to make is that it's not so much the repertoire in particular that makes something klezmer. It's really a style. It's a language, a way of speaking musically. So that I'll try to.
Okay. Entonces que en realidad lo que él está tratando de decir es que lo importante de esto es que el klezmer no se basa en el repertorio que utiliza, sino en la manera de ejecutar ese repertorio.
So here's a little bit of the doina, and I'll explain a little bit how it works. I'll just play it first. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So Klezmer is a language that's based on modes or certain scales.
Entonces, el klezmer es un lenguaje que está basado en modos o ciertas escalas.
And each note has a certain feeling or a certain direction in the scale.
Y cada una de las notas de esta escala tiene un cierto intención, me sale, pero no, como un lugar hacia donde van.
Una dirección.
Una dirección, gracias.
Yeah. So you can hear the way this melody is constructed. This scale we call Freygish.
Entonces esta escala es una escala que le decimos la Freygish.
So starting, I'm in the key of G for those who are playing along.
Entonces, para los que quieran tocar, estoy en la escala de sol.
Yeah. So yeah, so just playing around a little bit in this mode.
Entonces, lo primero es tocar un poco alrededor de este modo.
Yeah, I'll maybe play a few things for you to answer.
Okay, entonces lo que voy a hacer ahora es tocar algunas cosas para que practiquen con él. O sea, él las toca, las repetimos, el que tenga el instrumento.
Yeah, so. And your turn. Okay, me? Yeah. Okay, one more time. Me? Okay, a little trip in Freygish, yeah? So, so the whole thing So,
okay.
okay.
So, first question. Here in the chat, they say you are making an E flat. Yes, E flat. Yes. You're shaping between E flat and E normal.
Yeah, and it depends on the direction of the phrase.
Okay, entonces él está diciendo que sí, que va entre mi bemol y mi natural, dependiendo de la dirección de la frase.
So listen. Okay, and then now this. The E flat leads down, and the E natural leads up.
Entonces, que usa el mi bemol cuando está yendo hacia abajo y el mi natural cuando va hacia arriba. Como que conduce hacia arriba o hacia abajo.
Yeah.
Is it like when you go to F, you use E not flat? And le pregunté si cuando va al Fa usa mi B cuadro como adorno sensible, digamos.
I think I understand it's more of a wider vision of the phrase, right?
Entonces dice que es más, no es tanto como hacia qué nota está yendo, sino como en un aspecto un poco más abarcativo de la frase entera, hacia dónde va la frase.
Yeah. So we have a structure that's very simple.
Entonces
And
tenemos una estructura que es muy simple.
And inside that structure is infinite complexity.
Y adentro de esa estructura hay una infinidad de complejidad.
Okay, so listen. All I played was this.
Entonces, dice, sí, lo que estoy tocando son esas 4 notas.
Yeah, so there are some notes that are places to stand. So even that, all of these notes can be thrown out and you play the same thing.
Entonces nosotros podríamos sacar todas las notas y sonaría lo mismo.
Right. Right? I'm just playing.
Yes, maybe the next question I'm going to ask you, it's not asked here, but maybe if you can explain a little, like taking just a small phrase, which ornaments you're using here?
Yes, yeah, so that's good.
Le pregunté qué adornos está usando en estas frases.
Yeah, okay. So here. That's just a trill.
Eso es solo
That's a special thing called a krechts.
Y eso es un krecht.
In Yiddish means like a cry. It's a very, it's a very special, particular klezmer ornament. Not only particularly klezmer, but you hear it in cantorial music also, and Hasidic nigunim. So it's an Ashkenazic Jewish ornament, actually.
Entonces dice que lo que está usando, el segundo adorno que está usando es un krecht, que ahora le pregunto a Gui eso, exactamente eso, que lo que está utilizando es un krecht que se caracteriza en el klezmer, pero que también es música que usaban los Hasanim o en los nibunim cuando cantaban la tradición hasídica, que entonces se considera más un adorno de la música ashkenazí. Jake, here they are asking, how do you technically play a krecht in the violin?
Okay, so here we go. And for violin, I'm going to speak about violin because I'm a violinist, but if you play clarinet, accordion, saxophone, trumpet, anything else, you can translate it. It's played by every instrument that plays
Entonces,
klezmer.
él va a explicar técnicamente cómo se hace en el violín, porque él es violinista, pero cualquiera que toque clarinete, trompeta, saxofón o cualquier otro instrumento, acordeón, lo pueden traspolar porque es el mismo adorno.
Yeah, and so when I speak about the bow, if you play a wind instrument, just think about the breath.
Entonces, cuando él hable del arco, el que toque un instrumento de viento, piense en la respiración.
And actually, if you play a bowed instrument, you should be thinking about breath also when you play it.
Y en realidad, si ustedes están tocando un instrumento de arco, también deberían estar pensando en la respiración.
Because it really comes from copying a voice.
Porque en realidad esto viene de copiar la voz humana.
Yeah. Even the word klezmer, comes from the Hebrew vessel of song.
Incluso la palabra klezmer viene del hebreo vasija de canción.
Yeah. So, okay, so I'll start here. So, okay, the first thing is really the bow stroke.
Entonces, lo primero es realmente el tirar del arco.
Yeah,
Stroke
and so
is push? No.
yeah, you said it. Yeah, tirar.
Okay, tirar. Okay.
Yeah. So okay, we can go on any string, whatever, open string, just something. So. I don't know, it's maybe really hard to hear over Zoom because I know Zoom doesn't pick up nuances of sound very well.
Yeah, but I think it's clear what you are doing. Entonces, él dice que lo prueben sobre una cuerda al aire, cualquiera, prueben eso. Maybe play it once more, so...
Yeah. So I'm starting slow, and then it like picks up speed and then stops at the end. It's almost like this.
Ok, entonces él está empezando lento, después hace como un acelerando de velocidad y se corta en un momento.
And it's almost like if you're thinking that you're pushing against something that's pushing back, right? It's like it gives you some tension. So you're pushing against it, it gives you resistance, and then it lets go a little, and then stops again.
Entonces, que lo piensen como si fuese que uno está tratando de empujar algo que les genera una resistencia y de pronto los deja un poco y vuelve a resistir de nuevo.
Yeah, so. So that's the first note. Then the second note is on a different bow. Yeah, either whatever the second note you're playing. So I'll go from A to B flat, just for example.
Él va a hacer para el ejemplo, va a ir desde La a Si bemol. Y va a hacerlo de esto. Wait, Jake, they are asking if you are talking about intensity. Like intensity or speed of the bow?
You mean like pressure or speed? It's mostly bow speed.
Dice que es básicamente la velocidad del arco.
Yeah, it's not that it gets louder necessarily. It's just.
Ok, no es necesariamente que levanta volumen, sino que es más rápido el arco.
Yeah, so the sound gets fuller and then it stops.
Ok, el sonido se completa y después para.
Yeah, so.
Bien,
So you can
entonces,
try this.
eso,
Yeah.
pues, prueben eso que está mostrando, que es de la a si bemol.
Right, so I'll just keep doing it. So there's really a space, a little space between.
Entonces hay como un pequeño espacio entre las dos notas.
Yeah. So, and then the second step is really simply just stop the string at the end of the first note, or stop the air. So with your finger, if you're on a clarinet.
Entonces, el segundo paso es simplemente cortar la nota o cortarla con el dedo en caso de estar en un clarinete.
Yeah, you could explain the clarinet technique better than me. So.
No, but it's perfect because it's the same. I take it from violin also, so it's okay.
Yeah. So, so here I can use any finger.
Entonces se puede usar cualquier dedo.
And it's not a real note.
Y no es una nota real.
It's really just, it's very light and it's really just stopping the string.
Es
So,
muy light.
Piano.
Muy piano, sí. Muy bajita y que en realidad tiene el sentido de cortar la nota.
So, for example, I would use maybe the second finger because I'm going to the first, right? So.
Entonces voy a probarlo con el segundo dedo.
And the finger goes down exactly when the bow stops.
Y el dedo se apoya en el momento en el que el arco para.
Yeah, so it's this. And then but usually there's not such a big space between the two notes. It's really just. That's the sound, yeah.
El tema es que generalmente no hay tanto espacio entre las dos notas. Es más rápido este horno.
Yeah. So, but.
Wait, they are asking, does he draws the harmonic? No sé qué es draws. Para los que están, wait a moment, para los que están preguntando por el tema del clarinete, esto en el clarinete se hace mezclando cortar el aire y levantar los dedos muchas veces, pero siempre buscando esta no nota en el medio, o sea, esta interrupción de la nota que es como un hipo.
Yeah. So, something to practice.
Yes, es
That's
algo para
basically.
practicar. Maybe if you can show it in other note or something so that it's really clear, like what is the sound we are trying to hear.
So. Right?
Ok, entonces, ¿entienden ahí a dónde está poniendo los adornos? En la frase que está tocando, al margen de que esto es cuestión de practicar el adorno por separado. I'm telling them that for me, like, they should like really practice separately the ornament and then try to put it inside the phrases. But yeah. I'm asking also if they understand when you are playing this ornament in the phrase you are playing now. Because maybe it goes so fast that it's like, whoa.
Yeah, when you put in the ornament is a matter of listening to the language of the music.
Entonces, ¿cuándo poner este adorno tiene que ver con escuchar el lenguaje de esta música?
Yeah, so I can't explain when you put it in. It's only from hearing it that you understand that.
Entonces, no se puede explicar en qué momento este adorno va, es simplemente escuchar a dónde se usa.
Yeah.
Okay, they say here they understand it perfectly.
Good.
At least one person, which is fine. You know.
One person, great. If we got one person.
There's the future. Dice, is there a specific finger you use for the Krecht? Second finger for open string, third for first finger, and so on?
Yeah.
That is a violin, obviously speaking.
Yeah.
Podemos traducir la pregunta, Palu. Estaría bien.
Sí, también la traducimos. Wait, I translate.
General, what?
I translate once. Guido está preguntando si hay algún dedo en especial que se use para este Krecht. Si el segundo dedo para la cuerda abierta o el tercero.
Para la tercera cuerda el primero y así.
Ah, gracias. Me agarró una dislexia.
So in general, I use the finger directly above whichever note I'm going to.
Entonces, en general, él usa el dedo que está por encima de la nota hacia la que va. The finger above the note you're going to, you said?
Yeah, so I was going from A to B flat, so I used the second finger, right? So each finger, right? I was going from open to first, so I used the second. But if I was going from first to second, probably would use the third, so on. But it doesn't really matter, actually. There's not a big difference because it's very light. So.
Okay, and they ask here if you use a specific interval.
No.
No. Okay, no usa.
Because it's not a note.
Porque
you
no
can't
es
hear the note.
Buscando.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not a precise thing. Yeah, it's just to stop the string, so it doesn't really matter exactly where the note is.
Entonces, el adorno se basa en en parar la cuerda. Entonces, no hay un intervalo y no debería haber un intervalo porque no es que va hacia una nota en particular.
Yeah, and you can listen to differences, experiment with on your own with how it sounds using different intervals or different fingers. Maybe, you know.
Entonces, lo que podrían hacer es probar este adorno usando distintos intervalos. Maybe you can show a little like different ways of playing the same ornament. Like
I can show, yeah, but I don't know if it will come through in Zoom. See, this is the thing. We'll see. So that's with the second finger. It's with the third finger.
Entonces ahí toca el mismo adorno con los distintos dedos.
Yeah, it's a very small difference. It's not really.
Okay, es muy chica la diferencia.
Yeah. Any other? I was thinking maybe to move on to the next tune so we learn the melody. Yeah. Unless there's other things that.
No, si alguien se quedó con alguna pregunta, ábrase y si no pasamos a la siguiente parte del tema. No, it's okay, we can go
Go on.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Okay, so there's some specific violin technique also in this piece, but you can, yeah, it's really just for this pits. So that's the tune. All right, so
Okay.
yeah, so this is a specific violin thing to do this.
Entonces esto es una
Pizzicato.
técnica específica del violín.
Yeah,
De hacer ese
but-
pizzicato en el medio.
but you can just play the note on a clarinet or whatever. You know, it's not a
Pero también pueden simplemente tocar una nota en el clarinete o lo que sea.
yeah, or whatever you're playing. So it's not only violin and clarinet, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Está bien,
There
en
are
el
other things.
instrumento que toquen.
All right, so we're in G minor now.
Entonces, empezamos en sol menor. Yeah, they
So-
already said in the chat like, oh, it's going major. And you like
Yeah.
is here and everything. We are talking about
Yeah.
this in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just play piece by piece. I play once and then I'll play again for you to repeat it.
Entonces voy a tocar, vamos a hacer lo mismo. Él va a tocar, va a ser de esta melodía parte por parte, la va a tocar una vez y la va a volver a tocar como para que la repitan.
Yeah? Okay, so. Yeah? And then one more time. Okay. Stop. Stop.
Mira, nadie me lo pidió, pero I'm sorry. I think if you can play it once more.
Yeah, of course. And even one more time, yeah? Nog
Okay,
eenmaal.
una más.
And again.
Una más.
Yeah, okay. How are
¿Están
we
bien?
doing?
¿Van bien? ¿Quieren hacerme alguna seña? ¿Alguien quiere decir algo? ¿Seguimos? Estamos bien, ok.
Yeah.
Disculpame, el arreglito en do, el adornito en do, ¿cómo lo haces? Hacelo más despacio.
He's asking if you can do a little slower the ornament over C.
Yeah. This one? It's like a little craft. It's the same, yeah. So slide actually. Glissando.
Gracias.
Yeah?
¿Bien?
Yeah. So. Okay, and then there's a second ending.
Y entonces después hay un segundo final. Resuelve en tónica.
Again. So. Todo junto.
A ver, ¿todos juntos? Sí, eso, todos juntos.
Okay, yeah. Again. Okay.
Ok, ¿estamos bien? Abril, no entiendo tu pregunta. Si querés abrirte y preguntar.
Ah, me da vergüenza, pero lo voy a hacer igual.
No, o escribime así no te veo. Pero, no, pero es que no entiendo. Because there is a
No,
question.
como que en un momento el pulso, en la parte que hace con el pizzicato sí se nota, pum, para, pa. Pero después es como que el ritmo, no sé, yo no lo logro, es como que,
Ok,
no sé si se
so,
entiende. Eso a todo el mundo le pasó, digamos.
ok, no, pero te entiendo, igual con que te haya pasado lo aclaramos. They are asking about the rhythm, if it's straight, like the first part, like, because they say it seems to change in between the first part when you use the pizzicato and then when you go after. So she's asking like what is going on with the rhythm between the first part and the second part.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another thing that is very typical to not only klezmer music, but you find it a lot in klezmer music.
Bien,
Playing,
entonces lo que dice es que sí, que cambia, que es esto que igual, esperen porque esto no tiene nada que ver con el doina, esto estamos hablando específicamente de esta parte que empieza con el pizzicato al aire de la cuerda y después va hacia el otro lado. Y dice que lo que está pasando con el ritmo es algo de lo que pasa en esta música.
And it has a purpose. It's not just because that's how it is. It's the purpose is to show the phrase.
Y este cambio rítmico tiene un propósito y el propósito es mostrar el cambio de frase.
So we have dum, 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 da, 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 dum, da, 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 dum. Right? It's what I was explaining before in the doina. There's a simple structure, and there's an infinite complexity inside that. But to really show the structure, that means that some notes get rushed, and others get weight.
Entonces, dice que es como lo que antes decía con el doina, que son frases simples, pero que la complejidad en lo que pasa adentro, que en este caso lo que pasa es que algunas notas se aceleran y otras se retrasan un poco para mostrar como la continuidad de las frases.
Yeah. So because that little part, it's not important.
Es básicamente porque dice que esta segunda parte no es importante.
This note, is importante. Pero, right? So like Yay, da, 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 da. It's just. That's the melody.
Sí, entonces como, esa es lo que está diciendo es, el esqueleto de la melodía es eso que él acaba de tocar a lo último. Entonces todo lo que está alrededor no es tan importante y eso es lo que se mueve.
So. Does that make sense?
¿Tiene sentido? Pregunta.
Yeah, good. So now you really hear this. Yeah, it's really like, yeah, so the correct.
Entonces, ahí, are you going to play and to repeat?
Yeah, we'll do this, yeah.
Entonces vamos a hacer esto de nuevo, el ping pong de que él toca y lo repetimos, y lo que está haciendo son los krechts en el medio.
Yeah. And everyone. Yeah. So all together. And then the second part.
Entonces de nuevo cierra distinto.
Yeah. So. And together. Okay.
Okay, great. Here they ask if the ¿cómo se dice mordente? I don't know. Mordente, you understand?
Mordente, or do they mean the correct or?
Yes, they say if sometimes the mordente you do in the krecht is in the beginning of the note and not in the end.
No.
No.
I think what they mean would be the.
I think they are asking
like
something
that.
you do with your finger. What you do with your finger.
I think they, like, if the mordent was in the beginning of the note, it would sound like this. Right?
Entonces, si el mordente estuviese al principio de la nota, sonaría así, como acaba de tocar.
Which I don't do, really.
Lo que él no hace.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Yeah, so there are many ornaments going on. It would be really impossible to show you everything I'm doing in 1 hour Zoom class.
Yeah, entonces dice, está haciendo un montón de adornos y sería realmente imposible mostrar todos los adornos en 1 hora de clase.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for me in this music is not so much these ornaments, but the phrase, the rhythm of the phrase, to feel this thing that I'm talking about of pushing, pulling, where the direction is.
Entonces él dice que para él lo importante en esta música no es tanto los adornos, sino estar sintiendo todo el tiempo hacia dónde están yendo las frases, y esto que él hablaba antes del empujar y resistir, como estar pendiente de hacia dónde está yendo la frase.
Yeah, it's all important to the music, you know.
Es todo importante igual, ¿no? They are asking like what criteria you use to choose. Okay, again about ornaments, but I think it's one thing we have to go deeper at some point. But which criteria you use to choose where to put the long roll or a half roll? They say here, like more than
a long run or a half run?
Roll.
Roll. Like a trill, you mean?
No sé, mordente largo. Sí, un trill. Yes, the trill.
Trill.
If you choose any criteria to use a long one or a short one.
Rhythm.
El ritmo.
It depends, but it's if there's room for a longer one, then yeah, it's the all of these ornaments are also based on rhythm. So I think really everything depends on the feeling. That's why the rhythm of the phrase is the most important thing, because that decides what ornaments are used when.
Entonces, lo que dice es que en realidad todos estos ritmos dependen del ritmo. Todos estos adornos dependen del ritmo, y que eso es lo que usa para decidir la duración.
Yeah.
I think I skipped some things, but because I don't know if I translated everything.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay.
So how are we doing? Do we have time to move on to the rest of the...
We still, I mean, if the people is there and it's okay, we can go like 15 more minutes or something like this. Si todos quieren, estamos bien.
Yeah, then we would have time to play the whole...
Yeah, they are asking for 2 more hours, please, here.
Okay. Yeah, right. Lashona Habab, like Lashona Habab of Buenos Aires, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's play part 1, part 2.
Okay, vamos a tocar la primera y la segunda parte.
bajamos. Okay, beautiful. You sound great.
Like for me, everything is sounding so good, you know. Like afterwards, if someone wants to open their mic and show something, I mean, you're more than welcome. If anyone
Sure.
wants to like open their mic and show what you're playing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, in general, they are saying like let him go further.
Okay, great. Very simple. Muy simple. Ya, da, ya, da, 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 da. Ya, da, ya, da, 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 da. That's the tune. Yeah. Okay. So, I'll show it slower. And then. Yeah. Okay, so here's the scale.
Bueno, lo que eso, no, que solo agregó en el medio que solo que pasa por la escala cuando baja así rápido.
Yeah. It's the same bow stroke, right? The same.
Dice que es el mismo stroke is move.
El golpe de arco.
The moving.
Yeah, que es siempre el mismo movimiento de arco. Tan, tan,
So that's it. Then.
Bueno, y después eso, dice, y ya está, y listo, y lo tienen.
Yeah.
Era eso. Entonces pasan esa parte y ya está, y tocan como Jake. Están sonando bárbaro. I'm
That's
joking.
it. Yeah.
There's someone, sorry, Jake. Estoy muy en confianza con Jake porque me conoce, entonces le puedo, igual ya se dieron cuenta que joda a todos, pero I'm telling them I'm okay with you to make jokes. Like someone has
right, exactly. Yeah.
Someone has put here, is saying like, I'm waiting like 90, I have waited 9 years for this, and he posted a YouTube of you like explaining the Klecht, like
yeah, right. You know who? Yeah, Bob Cohen filmed that.
Ah, ok. Bueno, para los que leyeron el mail que con tanto amor les mandamos, Jake acaba de decir que la persona que filmó ese video del que pusieron ahí donde Jake explica los Klecht es Bob Cohen, que dentro de los videitos que les mandé es uno de los que está tocando con Jake y que es un ser que ya prontamente van a conocer si sigo haciendo esto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
beautiful memories. So
I think maybe if you want to play like the whole thing or anything, and we open like a small space so that they can open the mics and ask you questions if they want.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so just this tune.
Entonces vamos a tocar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, here
That's
they
it.
are doing like this. Bueno, gente, abrimos. They are saying you're amazing, Jake. Everyone is saying you're amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to me. I hope this was, I hope it was interesting. You can tell them it's very hard. I'm still learning how to do this. It's like a new thing to teach this way. I don't know. I hope it's helpful and interesting and useful in some way.
Okay. Está diciendo que todavía está descubriendo cómo utilizar este medio para enseñar, que espera que haya sido útil. I will tell you something, Jake. If it was not for this, I would never have done this, like asking you to give a virtual lesson. So at some point we are all learning, but I think this is one of the greatest things about like the whole shit that is going on outside. Yeah. So I think it's wonderful what is going on just here.
Definitely, yeah, I think so too, and it's really a pleasure and honor to.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are asking when you are coming to Buenos Aires. They are asking about we'll talk about that afterwards. They are asking about if there's a sheet music about this tune.
Ooh, good question. No, but there should be, and I'll make it and send it to you.
Okay.
I don't know if you have everyone's emails or anything, but.
Dice que la va a hacer y la va a pasar la partitura. Y había otra pregunta. And then they ask about the form. ¿Cómo se dice? I lose some, like the structure of the song. If it's ABCA or what?
Yeah, I would say well, there's 4 sections, right? So A, B, C, D, A, I guess, yeah.
Bien, dice que son 4 secciones y que seguramente sea A, B, C, D, A.
Yeah, I think it's pretty, yeah.
Okay, they are asking if there is any particular technique in the bow for klezmer.
Yeah, this thing that I described.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sí, this
Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, okay, eso fue lo
That's
de eso es lo que acabo de enseñar, lo del arco. And then they are asking if there's any particularly in glissandos, like short, long, descendant or ascendant, etc.
There are many of them, yeah.
Dice, sí, hay un montón.
Yeah, it depends what you want, but they're everywhere, yeah. So but also, yeah, and they can be faster. So it depends really on the melody, but there is definitely a lot of glissando in the style. It's
Okay. And they ask if the vibrato is always in your fist. Fist?
Mine is, yeah, but that's just me. Yeah. Yeah, it is, but it's not, that's not, doesn't mean anything about the style. It's just.
Okay, dice que no, como que no es nada del estilo, el tema de eso, del vibrato con la muñeca.
That's a personal
Es una cosa
technique
personal.
style.
And then I think we are going to make the last question. They are asking that must listen.
Yes, good, great question. Must listen. I'm a really big fan of these old recordings, old klezmer violin recordings. So that's why I sent this guy, Jakob Gegna. He's one of my favorites.
Okay,
But
dice
there's...
que él es muy fanático de las grabaciones old recordings, de las grabaciones viejas, y que por eso él mandó este tema.
I'm going to write something else into the chat.
Y que va a escribir ahí en el chat los must listen.
Okay, so he's on YouTube. You can find him. There are many of them. These are violinists, yeah? Just I'm just talking about violinists. I mean, of course, clarinetists. Or do you want to know about clarinetists also?
I think you can write a general, like, yeah, but whatever you want. Dice, estos son violinistas, los primeros que puso ahí.
And then, yeah, new violinists, like,
Lo del real book de Klezmer lo venimos hablando, ¿no? Hay un real book, hay muchos libritos de Klezmer que tienen muchas partituras. Después vamos a ver cómo hacemos para compartir todo eso. Y ahí está escribiendo los violinistas modernos.
Yeah. There are a lot of them. So, oops, cookie, sorry. Cookie. Siegelstein. So yeah, okay, those are some. But,
bueno, ahí dice que puso algunos violinistas.
Yeah, of course. And Michael, when is the lesson with Michael?
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
No,
So
yeah, Saturday. Saturday, it's Frank and Michael. They are both going to be.
Yeah, good. So they can give you some wind players to listen to.
Yeah. Entonces, cuando está Michael en la clase del sábado, vamos a ver el tema de vientistas. There's a question over about the strings, and says, I'd like to ask him something really specific about the strings. What type of strings do you used to use? I play this type of music with my band, and after years, I have not found the best solution. I try to avoid brights and prefer warm strings, but could you recommend me for this style brands?
I think that really depends on the violin you have. So different strings speak differently on different violins, and also different bows bring different sounds out. So it's so complex already just with the instrument that I don't know.
Dice que básicamente la pregunta era respecto a las cuerdas, cuál recomienda, y dice que las cuerdas dependen del violín que tengas y del arco que uses, que entonces realmente no hay una respuesta para eso.
I use dominant.
Él usa dominant.
But my E string is Yargar.
Pero la cuerda de mi es Yagar.
But
with Brits it's the same, you know, like clarinet, reed. Yeah. It's
the most important is how you play.
Sí, lo más importante es cómo tocas. Okay, well, ¿alguien tiene alguna pregunta? ¿Alguien se quiere abrir? ¿Alguien quiere decirle algo, preguntar algo?
Also, can you, Paloma, can you tell them actually, really, if anyone has any other questions, also, they have your contact, right? And
they're opening a huge door here.
But I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting at home in fucking Brooklyn. So,
Lo que Jake está diciendo es que si a alguien le quedan preguntas para hacer, they are loving you here. Si a alguien le quedan preguntas por hacerle, what do I give him? Your email? Is okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Entonces, me está diciendo que les pase el mail de Jake, así lo... Do you want me to write it down here right now so that...
Sure, why not? I just know that I might not respond right away.
Sí, igual para que sepan, Jake se toma su tiempo en responder, es una persona normal, no está todo el día con el celular ni nada de eso, entonces se toma el tiempo que normal, estamos mal acostumbrados un poco a esta cosa de apuro, pero sin dudas que si le hacen...
Tal vez, Palo, O tal vez pueden mandar con título una consulta para Jake y se las juntamos en un mail y se las mandamos más ordenadamente.
Como que,
También.
no, porque también pueden tomar clases, la verdad que con esta modalidad se abren tantas puertas que si él está dispuesto, yo igual no creo que lo taladren a mails, pero realmente es una persona muy accesible, Jake, y es muy generoso con su conocimiento, realmente. Entonces yo
Also,
la verdad
you know, Paloma, you can say, thank you. But also, I have a website that they can just write to me on.
bueno, entonces
Maybe
pueden...
that's easier.
Ok,
Yeah, here.
borramos el mail porque va a ser un caos y le pueden escribir a su website que le llegan ahí y le mandan todas las preguntas que le quieran preguntar. Yo les aseguro, Jake a mí me abrió puertas, no les conté cómo nos conocimos ni nada de eso, pero me abrió unas puertas que yo jamás vi gente como que dé tanto de manera tan generosa y tan así definida. Así que realmente intenten contactarse, intenten aprender con él, los violinistas y todo eso, es como un mundo aparte. Y ahí está su página web y lo pueden escribir ahí.
Hello, Jake. I
Hi.
want to tell you thank you so much. I think everybody learned a lot in this
Good.
time we would share with you. Thank you very
Great.
much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay,
Good,
we're
thanks.
going to open for the clap. I think we are okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And cool. And thank you so much to Paloma, Carolina, and everyone who organized this. It's really a lot of work. So
Yeah,
for them
but
also.
I'm like,
¿Cuántas horas está arriba del violín?
¿Qué?
¿Cuántas horas de estudio tiene por día el muchacho?
They are asking about. Can you tell us? They are asking how many hours you play a day.
Not enough.
No suficiente, dicen.
I don't know. It depends on the day. Sometimes all day, sometimes nothing.
Algunos días todo el día, a veces nada. No.
Yeah.
No, but at what I mean, you started really, really child, also.
Yeah. I started when I was 3, but then stopped for a while and started again when I was 8. But 8 also.
En
Yeah.
realidad, claro, Jake empezó a los 3 y después cortó y volvió a los 8. Okay,
Yeah, so,
I'm going to cry and then come back.
whatever, it doesn't. But I didn't really know how to. I didn't really know how to play the violin until I was 18 or something. So